As unfortunate as it is, we're in an era where your attention is a resource. Your attention is a resource that the world to this day will continue to exploit if you let them. And what this then does is that you're so lost in the things that are around you that you're unable to focus on the things at hand, and you can get caught in a cycle of rotting so easily. Like the sitting in your bed and not being able to get out of your bed, just scrolling, and it just never ends. And then you look at your screen time and it says 12 hours a week and you're like, oh yeah, well, we're here to do damage control before we get to that stage, or even after we get to that stage, so we can jump right back onto our lives and jump back right into the things that we actually need to do. In this video, we're going to be talking everything about being in your productive era, how to get yourself out of the rotting, get yourself out of the cycle of stagnation, because stagnation is the thing that's holding you back from you being able to reach the things that are destined for you. It's what's limiting and delaying the things that are meant for you, and take control of ourselves again. Let's get straight to it. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am so happy to have you back for another one of our chats. This week we're talking everything productivity, and we're getting out of that cycle of rotting because we deserve better, and we're too young, and we're too inspired, and we're too goal oriented, and we have too many things to offer this world to be running away in bed and wasting all that beautiful things that you can come up with, all those beautiful things that you can produce. But it's just a cycle, and I'm not letting you stay in it any longer. So the first thing you need to realize is that if something's getting in the way of your productivity, your attention is on something else. Your active attention is on the things that it needs to be on, and the first step to it is eliminating the distractions. Be honest with yourself. As hard as it is, be honest with yourself and see what are the things that are actually getting in your way. What are the things that are getting in the way of you doing the things that you know you need to do? You keep pushing that assignment back because you're staying on TikTok, but you're too afraid to lose some of those drafts. You're too afraid to lose things of that nature, which is why you don't get off the app. These are strategic moves by these companies, you guys. Like, as much as you want to keep things there because you want to give yourself excuses to remain there, if you know it's not working for you, get off the app. Get off. Turn your phone off, put it away. Or even if you don't want to delete, even if you don't want to, set a time limit and stick to it. You understanding what's distracting you is you finding the root problem as to what takes up most of your time. What are you doing when you're not being productive? If you're just sleeping all the time, maybe we do things that get our energy up. We get moving, we do some exercises, we work out. Or if the reason you're not unable to do the things you want to is because you're too burnt out by the things that you already got going on, learn to schedule, learn to prioritize your own mental health, learn to sit there and take care of yourself to make sure you're not in a position where you're just getting by because you've overworked yourself. You need to find a balance that actually works for you. Once you figure out your distraction, get rid of it. It's getting in the way of all these things that you're unable to open the door to because that door remains shut, because you can't get yourself to even open the door. Someone's waved a flag when you're just about to open the door and you've just gone running to them. That's what distraction does. It takes your attention and it takes your focus off of the things that you should be focused on onto things that are just holding you back from reaching the things that are meant for you, the things that are destined for you. And this leads me on to my next point, is being self-aware and being honest with yourself. When it comes to distractions, you actually need to be honest with yourself and know and recognize the things that are holding you back. And in the same way, you need to be self-aware whenever it comes to anything. You need to be self-aware to know what is actually getting in the way of you being productive. What is holding you back? If it is yourself, and if you know it's thought patterns in your head, if you know it's because you're unable to pull through for yourself, that is what you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on retracting your power back and taking control over your mind, taking control of your thoughts, so that they start listening to you. So you're the one that's operating your body. You're the one that's dictating what happens next. If you remain in a state of lying to yourself and feeding yourself these things, just because you want to stay in the places that you are in now, like just because you want to stay in the addictions, just because you want to stay in places that make you feel comfortable. Comfortability in those things is clearly not working out. If it was, you wouldn't be watching this video. So get to it. Be honest with yourself. Sit yourself down, eliminate the distractions, be honest with yourself, be self-aware about what's happening around you. What are the things that are actually holding you back? What are the things that you're pushing away? What is the thing that you've been meaning to do for so long, but you just don't get yourself to do it? You've just been pushing it back, giving yourself excuses. The excuses ends now. Stop getting in the way of yourself. Because if you don't realize it now, 10 years down the line, when you're caught up in a job, when you're in a position that you don't want to be in, and you have too many other commitments to even make this step for yourself, and you taking time, this time arrogance, you're taking time for granted. You're taking time for granted. Tomorrow is not promised. I feel like a lot of this slips a lot of people's heads. Tomorrow is not promised. You have to take this action today. You were given today to get it done. Not tomorrow, not the day after, today to get it done. Stop giving yourself the excuses, get it done. Sit yourself down, be honest with yourself, and get rid of the things that you know are getting in the way, and get to it. Whenever you're on the brink of something brilliant, whenever you're on the brink of finally achieving something, that's when thoughts start coming in. That's when it starts becoming a mental battle. But I'll tell you this right now, no, you will fight no battle that is significant other than the one that's in your head. No battle that you can fight with anyone else will be significant. It's only the battle that you have with yourself in your head. Once you win that battle, you regain autonomy over your entire being. You gain autonomy over your entire vessel, and that will lead to you being productive. Because guess what? Now you can be consistent. Now you have control of your mind to be able to be like, I need to get this done, and stick to it. Because you understand yourself. You've built that relationship with yourself. You're not letting these things get in your way anymore, because you deserve better. You deserve better. The next thing I want to emphasize is, when it comes to changing things in your life, when you want to start being productive, there's always like a number of things that you'd want to do. There's always going to be like 1,000 goals, but you can't implement 1,000 goals in a day straight away. You have to start living like this individual, but that starts with small and consistent steps. Let the small steps compound over time. You start off with the small step, narrow down every bigger goal, everything that you need to get done, narrow it down. You have that huge assignment that you're dreading, break it up into little parts, get it done. Put it at a time slot and stick to the time slot, so that when the time comes around, you're not cramming, you're not rushing to get things done, you're not holding yourself back, and you just freeze because you're unable to process the fact that you need to do so much work because you've just been slacking off for so long. Don't let yourself freeze up. You deserve more than that. Sit down and actually plan, get it, like put it into a timetable and be like, this, I'm gonna get this done this day, and I'm gonna get this done the next day. And the more consistent you are, you looking back at your track record of being consistent is gonna be your testimony to keep going in the future. Your ability to get it done now and stay consistent, it will make it harder and harder for you to give up on it later on. So put the work in initially, as hard as it may be. Your initial work is what will hold down. Your initial work is what will push you in the future. So put in the initial work. You might be a summary of all your past experiences. You might be a summary of all the things that you're comfortable around. You're comfortable with the letting yourself rot. You're comfortable there. You're comfortable in the rotting in your bed. You're comfortable in these cycles. But discomfort means you're actually making changes. If you know what you're doing right now isn't putting you in the positions you want to be in, then there's clearly something to change. Then it's clearly not working. So put your all, put your 110% into making that difference. And if it doesn't work, well, then I can hear you out. But in the meantime, put that 110% into the things that you want to achieve. Put your 110% into the things that you want to get into your life, the one things that you want to implement into your life. Get to the productivity. Once you do that, that's when you can start being like, okay, I'm getting there, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Like, you gotta pick yourself up. You gotta look after yourself, and you gotta pick yourself up. Trust and understand that you have a mission, you have visions, you've been given things in order for you to actually complete them. You've been given ideas, you've been given dreams for them to come into full fruition. You haven't been given these things to just sit and watch them rot. You haven't been given them to just sit back and be like, oh, can't be bothered. There's a reason you were gifted that. There's a reason you were given that. You have opportunities, you have resources, you have a lot of things at your fingertips. If you're able to watch this video, you have a lot of things at your fingertips. Whenever you go to do something new, there's always going to be that thought that's like, I don't know enough, or I don't have this equipment, or I don't have this. Get it. Go learn. Everything that you need to know is on the internet. Everything that you need, any equipment, anything that you need, on the internet. Go learn. Go get to it. There's nothing more meaningful than doing things for yourself. There's nothing more meaningful than showing up for yourself, because over time you build a love letter to yourself because of how many times you've showed up for yourself. That builds your self-love. Your self-love and your self-worth reflects in the way that you live. It reflects on the lifestyle that you live. So walk and talk in that light. Walk and talk like someone that shows up for themselves. Walk and talk like someone that values themselves and is there for themselves, because you deserve it. And when you walk and talk in that essence, you attract these opportunities. Be grateful to be busy. Be grateful that you're getting opportunities. The more you condition your mind to move towards the things that you want to, the more you condition your mind to be productive, to build these systems, and the more you prove to yourself that this is actually something you're able to do with time and perseverance and persistence, your brain creates new neural pathways in order to make this new reality your current reality. But it's going to just be a matter of you believing that this thing is true. Being productive doesn't have to be hard, but if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Sometimes all you need to break the cycle is movement. You're enabling stagnation when you have absolutely no movement, when you aren't moving towards the things that you want to move towards. So if that means getting up, washing your face, getting a few stretches in for the day before moving on to other things, that's all you need to do. Thank you guys for joining me for another one of our conversations. I love this topic, and I think being a girly with so many passions, so many ambitions, and so many goals for herself, it can be hard to break cycles that honestly this world makes it very easy to fall into. And just know that your attention is a resource that the world will continue to exploit, but you need to take your energy right back. You need to retract that energy right back to yourself and use it to work towards the things that you were destined to do. You need to use it to work towards the things that you know are your purpose and you know will fulfill you, because you deserve that much, and you owe it to your younger self to give them everything that they dreamt of. Next week we'll have another topic of conversation. I will try make the topics that we talk about kind of I will try and make the topics that we talk about consistent. So next week we will talk more around productivity and building yourself up to being someone that you want to be. But just a little plug-in, all the audio versions of these videos are available on my Spotify under the name Disgustingly Prosperous. And yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.